Hi, I'm David Landis, and I am excited about today's conversation. Let's talk about fear. This fear is one of those things that I don't think we talk about enough. And I don't mean the kind of conversation where we say, yeah, I'm afraid, you're afraid, we're afraid, let's go do something else. I mean the kind of conversation where we say, yes, fear is something that exists in our lives, and it's something we can learn to deal with. I realize life can be serious. I realize that life can be difficult. But I also know that we are able to do more than we think we are. We are stronger. We are more capable. We are more than we realize that we are. I have been blessed to have people around me to constantly push and encourage and support me. And what I want to do through this video is, and all of the videos, is to let you know that you are not alone and that you can do this. I don't know what you're afraid of, and I don't know how the fear shows up in your life and your internal conversation. Some days for me it shows up as doubt. Some days it shows up as uncertainty. Some days it shows up as just, I can't do this. It's terror. Some days it's dread. Some days it's, I don't want to make the phone call that I need to make. I don't want to have that conversation. I can't do this. I don't know how it shows up in your life specifically, but I do know that it is the same thing no matter what clothes it puts on. And I do know that just like when we were children and we were afraid and we waited for the light to be turned back on, or we slept with the lights on just so the boogeyman wouldn't show up under our bed, that the minute you faced the fear in your life, the doubt, the uncertainty, the insecurity, whatever it is that you deal with, that is very serious and very real. Whatever that thing is, the more you face it, the smaller it gets. If not, the more it just goes away. I don't know where it happened in my life, and I don't know where it happens specifically, and I think maybe it happens for each of us differently, but somewhere along the line I bought into the lie, the story, the fib, the fable, the fairy tale that at some point in my life I wasn't going to be afraid anymore. If I got big enough, if I got strong enough, if I got old enough, if I learned enough, whatever it is that I needed to do, at some point tomorrow I wouldn't be afraid. But that's just not true. You know, I've mentioned previously that I also work as a firefighter, and frequently when we talk to kids and do fire education with children, they'll ask, are you ever afraid? And I'm honest with them that I depend on the things I've learned, I depend on the things I've studied, I depend on the people around me. I take it very seriously being a firefighter, and yes, sometimes it is kind of scary, but I have to trust that I know what I know and I can do what I can do, and it will work itself out. Life isn't perfect, and our lives don't necessarily turn out like that perfect image that we may have of life. Life has very serious challenges, and I never want you to misunderstand me as saying that the things that we experience, the feelings that we feel, aren't very real to each of us. But what I do know is that the more we face those things, the more we continue to move forward and not allow those things to stop us from being who we are, stop us from creating what we want to create, stop us from being what we want to be, stop us from experiencing what we want to experience. The more we face those things, the smaller they get. It may take time. This isn't simple overnight simplicity, and it's a process. It's a process of growth. It's a process of strengthening, but it can be done, and you can do it. We can do it. And what I want this video and the other videos and the other work that I do, I want that work to encourage and support and nurture you and what it is you want to do in this life. Whatever you want to experience, whatever you want to create, whatever relationships you want to have, it is my hope that I can encourage and support and be a positive voice that helps you keep moving forward. Seth Godin, somebody that I study and listen to, and I would say indirectly mentored by, calls it dancing with the fear. It's learning how to move with that thing that is in our lives. It's in all of our lives, and it doesn't go away, but we can learn to dance with it. We can learn to move with it. And even though I can't dance, I'm believing that the more I dance with fear, the easier it will get. So know that you are not alone. Know that you can do this. Know that you are able. And know that it is a process. Be gentle with yourself. Be proud of yourself when you do take those steps forward. I pray that you are well, and I look forward to future conversation. You can do this.